Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. My name's Liz and this is Let's Get Lizical, where we do everything card making. Today we're going to be doing a bit of a different video. I'm going to be reviewing the OLO markers in partnership with Hollow Tree Hobbies. Not sponsored and no affiliate links. I paid my own money for these. Kimberly was nice enough to give me a few extra connectors as a gift, which was great. Thanks, Kimberly. But yeah, so I wanted to review these markers. As you can see, I kind of, played around with them a bit before, but I wanted to show you guys me coloring an image with them and just kind of like talking through with the marker. I'm not going to be using all of these markers on this image, but I will be using a couple of them. As you guys know, I'm not like the best colorist. I like to use 2 shades of color, which is perfect because I can put those 2 shades on one marker now. These markers come like half barrel sized, but they carry the same amount of ink as a regular like Copic marker. It's just more compact, and it's different like construction on the inside. It's not like a little tube of felt you're filling in. It's like a loose ink, I guess, is how they're constructed. And they're cheaper than Copic markers. They have 160 colors, which is great. It's enough. You guys, you don't need a ton of colors when you're coloring. You need the basics, and then you get whatever's extra, right? These ones were kind of ones I was missing in my collection. I was out of a light blue for my winter images because I always shade my snowmen and anything snowy in light blue instead of grays because it just helps brighten the image up a bit. So I bought 2 of the ice blues, so I made a full marker of the ice blues. It should last me a while. Right now I'm using sea glass and aqua green, I think. Let me double check that. That's my ice marker. Yes, so I'm using sea glass and aqua green to color this whale. At the end, I do show you a card completed. I didn't do it in the video, but you'll see that it's colored slightly differently because I did end up redoing this so I could stamp, color, and stamp again in my Misty. And I just added a few extra like texture dots with the aqua green, which is the darker shade, here and there, and I used the light pink, which I believe is cotton candy, just to add like a cute little cheek to it. I am using the ice blue on the belly, just so that I didn't have to pull out my gray markers for it to keep it white, and it helps keep with the tone. And yeah, so let's talk about the markers. The markers come in the brush nib. I think some of the sets come with different, like 16 different colors in the brush tips, but I think the gray sets, you get 2 of each marker. So if you get 1 cool gray in the brush tip, 1 cool gray in the chisel tip, so you can make like a double-ended marker with the same color. I don't like using chisel tips, so that's not something I would probably get, but they do sell separately the brush nibs, so you could probably just try to replace those and then make 2 brush ends if you wanted to buy the set, because the set's fairly cheap. I think it's $78.99 and you get 16 markers. So if we do quick math, that's $4.94 a marker, which is even cheaper than buying them separately because they were like $5.89 each. And like regular Copic markers go for like $8.99 and up, depending on where you're buying them. They can go on sale. Like right now, Michael's has them on sale for $6.29, but these are still cheaper, and these aren't even on sale. So yeah, I definitely will be making the switch over to the OLO markers. Just because I can put 2 markers together, I can always pick the lighter color and know I have that darker shadow along with it. Or like my ice blue, I can put 2 markers together if it's a color that I use quite often and not be worried about running out because I could just switch to the other end. So here I am, I'm just filling out the swatch card that I got off of OLO's website. I'll put the link in the description down below. It was actually pretty handy. It prints out these little circles, the number and the name of every marker are on here, all 60 of the new colors. They also have swatch cards for their original, I think 128 or something like that. So yeah, you can get them there. on their website. Just print it out. I printed this out on the Hammermill cardstock that I usually use for stamping and coloring, just so that I know that it's accurate. If I was to color these out on like my Michael's Recollections cardstock, it's going to look different because there are different types of cardstock. There's even slight texture differences, so I would just recommend printing these out on the cardstock that you use to color with, and it works great. And again, like, I would probably redo your swatch cards every once in a while, just because alcohol markers are not archival. They do fade over time, so your swatch cards become less accurate over time. So maybe, you know, once a year, once every couple of years, I would just go ahead and redo these, and, you know, they'll probably have more markers out by then, so you might need the next swatch card anyway. So if you like what you see with these markers, head on over to Hollow Tree Hobbies and start placing your order. I just want to let you know that there are quite a few that are out of stock right now, and just to be patient, because these markers are extremely popular at the moment. I've seen them on quite a few other like big YouTubers channels. Amy R did a video recently. Christina Warner's been using them for a while. And I think their popularity is just like growing exponentially, so they're having a hard time keeping up with, you know, the demand. So it does take, you know, a few extra weeks for inventory to come in. So again, just be patient. It is worth the wait. These markers are great, and again, I'll be making the switch to these over time. I'll probably order a few here and there as they come in or as I need them, and I might even go and throw some in a Build-A-Box, which is another feature that Hollow Tree Hobbies has, which is great. And so I'm not butchering it, I'm going to leave a link down in the description below for the Build-A-Box program, but basically you can set some items aside until you reach the required amount for free shipping, and then you can like slowly build up a box over time. But again, check out the link below on that. I wish more companies would do it that way, to be honest, but I understand why bigger companies don't. They'd probably have to have a whole new storage room for that. But that's what's so great about ordering from smaller local companies is they sometimes give you more incentive to do things, they'll have better deals and whatnot, and Hollow Tree Hobbies is great. I want to give a shout out to my friend Kate over at Kate Crafts for sending me there to begin with. You were right, Kimberly is amazing. And another shout out to Kimberly over at Hollow Tree Hobbies, again, amazing. We had a bit of an issue getting these markers to me, but her and I worked it out, and she, you know, put her foot down with the company, and the delivery driver didn't want to deliver, so they got somebody else to do it. For real though, that's been my only issue. Any other time I've not had any issues about shipping, so don't worry about that. It was just like a funny story. You know, people these days be lazy sometimes, especially when you're in an apartment. They don't want to read your last name for a buzzer code or bring it upstairs, so. But that's about it for today, guys. Thanks again for joining me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future content. Make sure you head on over to Hollow Tree Hobbies and place an order. And if you don't, just start building your box up. Until next time, guys. Thanks. Bye.